So this is just a quick video showing some of the very weird graphical corruption I'm getting on my 4K screen that I got for $108 off AliExpress, including a cable. So you hop on eBay, you'll be finding that locally in Australia for about $700-800, and then you still got to pay for the cable, which is maybe another 100 or more. So I got it astoundingly cheap, and I have to say off the bat, these minor issues that I'm having are well insignificant compared to how much I'm loving the 4K screen. So what happens is, as you can see, it works perfectly normal, you know, desktop, whatever. Very occasionally, and only in Chrome, and I think I've also seen it in Excel when I've selected some a number of cells. But what happens is, as I scroll down, okay, that's the worst of it. Got to recover Windows desktop, and it is reproducible because if I scroll down, now it's something to do with this particular graphic here, at this particular zoom level. So a certain size box on the screen, in other words, is what I think it has to do with. But if I scroll down just enough, it'll die. Now if I go to the end of the screen and I scroll up, similar thing will happen as soon as that graphic comes on the screen. Now what I just did then is I decreased the zoom level. So a slightly smaller box now works fine. I can scroll up and down, no problem. As soon as I increase the size of the zoom level, that happens. So that's one thing. I've also noticed it happen with this kind of graphic, the black HID evolution graphic. If I increase the zoom enough to get it big enough of a box on the screen, there we go again. And that was, can't even see the zoom level I'm using here. What is it? 175, it's 200%. As soon as I put up to 225, that particular thing happens. But I can look at other threads all day long and never see this. And certainly on other websites, no problems at all. Now here's another one that I'll just show you has caused it. Here we've got a page, tailbow. I scroll down, in full screen, nothing. If I put in window mode, as soon as I hit all the COE documents down here, there we go. Now you can't really pick it up very well. You can certainly see some of the flickering, but what you can't see on the 30 frames that's being recorded on this phone is this down here is not grey, it's flickering between black and white every couple of frames, and it's also doing it down here on the white, the green tint, sorry, on the background. You can't see it. Jamie, can you shush please, mister? If I keep scrolling down, you might be able to see that the graphical corruption is sweeping up the screen as I scroll. Very difficult to see. See how it's sweeping up the screen? Level with this, the top of this table element on the screen. So again, when I do this, you can see some of the intermittent flickering here, but actually this blue on the right and all of these are constantly flickering between the background colour and this white. So you can't pick this up. Jamie, can you stop that please? I'm trying to record some audio here. So there's constant flickering on this side of the screen, and then as soon as I scroll down a bit further, it disappears. A lot of it, and you're just left with this flickering now, up level with here. And if I keep scrolling down, you can see it's still happening. Now we've got this little area here. You can see the graphical corruption on the left and right here. And then if I keep going, so that the top of the table element is not there anymore, it disappears from this area. Now it starts again down here. And we got this weird thing happening, and then all of a sudden it's gone. It's fine. It's all better. And now here's the kicker. Here is the exact same page open in Firefox, same window size, and there is absolutely nothing that happens at all at any point in time. So this is why I call it extremely weird. This is why I've done this video instead of trying to actually describe what this this issue looks like. Sometimes it happens in YouTube as well when there's no video playing. But again, it's highly dependent on window size. It's only in Chrome, never in Firefox. Only at specific zoom levels, and only when certain mixtures of tables and images are on the screen. So any input would be great to help me figure out what's going on. I've got a spare cable. I'll test that soon. When some fresh screws come on for the GPU, they're nearly stripped, so I don't want to lose them. I'll replace some of the thermal pads and stuff as well. Yeah, so it's a B173ZAN01.0. The hardware version I've got and the firmware version are not the current spec of the screen. I'll dig up a photo and confirm it. I think it's a hardware version 2A and a firmware version 2. I think the current versions of the screens are V3. So whether that's relevant, I don't know. On the whole, given I got it for $108 US, where buying both the cable and the screen locally would set me back like $700-800. I'd do this again without a problem. Can you shush, please? You're very disrespectful when I'm trying to record stuff here. Yeah, I'd do it again, even knowing these little minor issues are happening, because yeah, it's so easy to work around. Just open the same page in Firefox, and yeah, I just love how clear the text is. Not that I can read Chinese, so maybe I'll choose something better, but yeah, look at the, you know, text actually looks like it's got curves. I just love reading text on this thing. It's a beautiful screen. I'll probably even never go back to 1080p ever again. There's some DPI scaling issues, like here you need to get your magnifying glass out to read the readout on things like this that don't have any DPI scaling through Windows. But yeah, it's all good. And there's a bit of graphical, weird purpley pink stuff going on here. But yeah. Thanks for watching.